Welcome to another Site Supervisor briefing. Greg Evans here, and with me I have the CEO of Site Supervisor, Scott. And in this briefing we're talking about joining a project on Site Supervisor. So what's this all about, Scott?
So, Greg, the scenario here is that a business that's already established in Site Supervisor is inviting another business to join one of their projects. And what I'm going to do here is I'll walk you through that process so you can see how that works within Site Supervisor. The first thing you'll notice is that up here in the dashboard, there's a thing that says pending invites, which will only appear if there are invitations for your business to accept an invitation to someone else's business's project. In this case, my business has received an invitation to join something called the Wuthering Heights Apartments project. Interestingly, they're inviting me as a subcontractor, or they're describing the role as a subcontractor that I would be coming in as. Now, that in itself is probably something worth spending 30 seconds on, which is the way that Site Supervisor is set up. Once your business is in Site Supervisor, you can assume many different roles, which, in some cases you may be the principal or general contractor on a project. In other cases, you may be a subcontractor or have some other consulting type role. That nuance, if you like, of the construction industry is dealt with through the way that Site Supervisor works. But let's have a look here. So I'm accepting an invitation. Okay, this project is for the Wuthering Heights Apartments. It's coming to me, and in this example, my name is Anthony. The invitation is coming from Joanna Kent, who I know well. I am aware of this project. Yes, I have discussed it with Joanna, and I am planning to join that project. I know I'm going to put a couple of my employees onto this project already. So Kevin and Rosemary are going to join as well as myself. I will actually be the site lead for this project, and I'm going to bring myself in with these other two people. If I want to at this point, I can assign myself and others to particular roles within my business on the project, or I can do that later. I can establish some reporting lines if I wanted to do that. And I have to specify the permission levels that I'm going to give to those individuals. Now, in the case of the options I have here, it's level 1 and level 2. And that is because the project that is inviting me in, or the business that is inviting me in to join their project, has said that the maximum level that my business can come in at is level 2. So I have to choose either level 2 or level 1 for my employees. And we talk more about the permissions in other modules, and certainly there's lots of help available. Now I'm going to give my guys level 2. Okay, and now what you'll see is that Site Supervisor has added me in to the Wuthering Heights Apartments project. This project is being managed by Alta Architects. Joanna Kent is the principal, and the site team now includes both Alta Architects and the COI Building Group, which is my company. So now we're part of that project.
Scott, that was so easy. The example you've given us there is that one business is in Site Supervisor and invited another Site Supervisor business. But what happens if the business that's being invited is not currently in Site Supervisor?
Yeah, so that's a good question. And of course that will happen, Greg. It will happen a lot. The good news is the way Site Supervisor deals with this situation is quite seamless. So if you, as a business, are inviting another business to join your project, then as long as you've got a legitimate business email address for that other business, Site Supervisor will work out whether or not that other business is in Site Supervisor today. If they are in Site Supervisor, then the process will just happen as I just showed you in terms of being accepted into that project. If they're not in Site Supervisor, then Site Supervisor will guide that other business being invited through the process, which will mean they accept the invitation to join the project, and then they have to get their business set up in Site Supervisor. But that's seamless to the inviter and is not an issue for the person doing the invitation. It just happens seamlessly.
Sounds wonderful, Scott. Joining a project on Site Supervisor made easy. Thanks for your time today. And if you want more information about Site Supervisor, remember, you can ask us anything. We'll see you next time.